Alrighty, what is up, guys? So here is the trade from this morning that I took. Oh, and yeah, so took this morning. I'll show you what I was looking at. This was also a trade in the Discord that I signaled out. Wasn't expecting too much, which it is looking like we're gonna, you know, get. I don't know if we're gonna hit these next take profits, but locked in the profits here. So nice 300 almost on this one. Nothing too crazy. Almost got stopped out in profit right here, so we got to keep that in mind. We'll get into analysis kind of in just a second here, but hopefully it'll come up a little bit higher. That would be a little nice, but let's get into this right here. So if we do have the more, kind of fierce rejection off of this neckline right here, but you are forming the reverse head and shoulders. If you break upward here at the bottom of kind of these wicks is where you're looking at around 27.6 is going to be 27.5, 27.6 is going to be a real significant place. Also up here, 27.350 is going to be pretty significant as well, I would say. Let me just move this guy down a little bit, but yeah. So that's essentially what I'm looking at the moment, and yeah, let's continue the. Oh, I thought we were able to show you guys this. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at the moment. So let's see, guys. What's up, Accurate Components? What's up, Oscar? What's up, guys? Appreciate you guys. So that's what we're looking at right here. In terms of lower time frames, yeah, I mean, 30-minute coming into the green, that was a big one, and hitting off of a pretty big point. Spiral line combined with your volume area low. Keep in mind, though, once we break, if we really lose this area, this volume area low has been big support here, here, here. I mean, you put above it right there as well. So it's been big support. We've tested it a lot. I think one of these times isn't going to be so forgiving, and you're eventually going to lose this area and then get onto your technical target, which is going to be down here, 24.5. I think it's only a matter of time before all these price stop losses and liquidation points in the high 24s, around 25K get stopped out. I just know that. I don't even have to look at an order book. I just know there's a lot of liquidation points there. VWAP coming up in the 10-hour, VWAP coming up in the 8 hours, so that could bring us up a little bit more. Maybe for fill that head and shoulders, that's going to be another big place. 27.5. Obviously, anything could happen. It would be nice if we pumped up even higher with this trade. Probably make a nice rack off of that or whatever. But we'll see. And then trigger wave right here on the daily, potentially coming down. So that's the macro. The daily looks pretty bearish. The 2-day is bearish, very bearish right here, I would say, with the money flow coming out. VWAP coming down. How would you approach this if you saw it on? I mean, how would you approach this if you saw it was bullish? Well, not too bullish on the bull case right there. You did come up a little bit, but how would you approach it if you saw it over here? Very bearish, obviously. And if you do break down from that head and shoulders that could form here, the larger head and shoulders. If we let me just if you look at it here, here's the shoulder, head, shoulder, break downward. There's your kind of double bottom that you could potentially see, quarter 3, quarter 4, or something of that nature. That's what you could potentially see there. So that's my main guess, my main perspective here of what we'd probably see. Most likely a double bottom. I'm kind of not thinking you'd go lower than that, but there's always possibilities. Anything could happen. If we look here, on our weekly, there's a 500 weekly moving average that would bring you around 12, 13, 400, around 16. So yeah, I mean, that's essentially what we're looking at right there. And, gap to our size, it could come up a little bit more here. VWAP is coming up, but we'll see. And then if we were to just see what's happening at the moment here. So yeah, that line in the sand right here is acting as some resistance. You could be forming, a little bit of volatility. I almost got stopped out in profit on this, but now we're curving back up, so we'll see. Obviously, I have to see here, but could easily just roll over once you break through that point. I mean, we hit off of, this is a 200 weekly moving average, essentially at this spiral line, high 25s. If you break through that, lose that area, you break through that, you would absolutely hit this area. At least that's going to be more bearish on the macro, losing the 200. I want to take a see at where our 300 weekly is right now. I don't think I have that up here. Let's let's put that guy on. And yeah, 300 is at 20. So 300 is at 20. We almost tested it back. Almost hit it back here when we bounced off of the high 19s. Now it is at about 20. So it does seem very likely. You come back to 20, you hit this. That could be, in the most bullish of cases, I think, that could be a potential bottom right there. That could be the potential bottom. When you do hit that. When would you hit that? I mean, if you do hit 20K in the next couple months, alts are going to get decimated. That's going to be where you hit 20K, let's say. Bitcoin dominance pumps up to, let's say, let me just zoom out of here a little bit. You pump up to, oh man, probably at least like Bitcoin 20K. You pump up quick, at least 52. I would hope for around here, you know, this area, 54, 53. That's when I would say could be, as long as alts get decimated, as long as this breaks out, that could be the place to start getting into alts. A couple more months here, then that could be, yeah, potentially getting in alts at some good prices. So yeah. And what we also want to look at here is going to be, well, let's take a look at ETH. So that was your head and shoulders. Now we go to the opposite. We invert here. A reverse head and shoulders. Reverse head and shoulders. And then neckline. Right. So you're playing with the neckline just like on Bitcoin. You're playing with that neckline. If you do break up from there, let's see where that would essentially bring us to. Close to the volume area high. I haven't messed with this. Let me see if we could do a new, like, update the volume area high and low and all that. Oh, I updated the low. I think the high was still the same here. Let's take a look. Yeah, okay. So that's essentially what we're looking at right there. Volume area high. Yeah, we tested it back there. Let's see. I mean, price never goes in one direction. Completely. Not looking bad. You know, not looking... Money flow coming up right there in the hourly, 30-minute, the reverse head and shoulders. So not looking bad for this kind of trajectory. Definitely not looking bad for that trajectory here. VWAP coming down. You're about to get a kind of trigger wave potentially on the 2-day here. Money flow as well. Still kind of up there, but the two-hour money flow looks like it wants to come down a bit. So, yeah. And then if we look at, I'm curious about like, so if you look at the monthly, that VWAP is coming down quite a bit there. If we compare this to over here, look at what happened there, that monthly red dot. As soon as that kind of played out the next couple months, that was an apathy stage, which we're probably going to get into an apathy stage. As soon as you get down maybe 12, maybe that pocket 12 at the earliest to start DCAing into ETH, but we could see, I mean, absolutely could come down farther here. This is a little bit, well, yeah, it's a little bit different because you got the red dot there and then he came up. That was a weird freaking, nah, I mean, it just came up and then, yeah, you're kind of in that similar situation. Maybe after that confirms, after that red dot confirms here or whatever, maybe a couple more months or whatever. But also what we want to look at is the 12-day. This to come into the red is going to be, that's already confirmed on the 12-day. That to come into the red could be a really good DCA period for about 8 months, 8 to 10 months or something. And then if we look at, you know, you get the red dot there, this area right there, area right there. So, I mean, that's 68% down. We'll see how it is here. Probably either going to be better or worse than that 68%. I'm thinking better. Hopefully just a double bottom or something. But keep in mind in this environment, ETH could start to really bleed against Bitcoin. You know, we could be at the 15s relatively soon here. And by the way, guys, if you're interested in the premium Discord, we are now accepting crypto payments. Go into the free Discord under announcements if you want to. More info on that. If you guys want to trade, FAIRDESK and MEXC are both very good. As you can see, FAIRDESK is a good one, especially if you don't want to use a VPN or need KYC or use KYC. FAIRDESK, first link down below. If you guys want a free month in the exclusive Discord, sign up to FAIRDESK or MEXC, deposit at least $200, then DM me on Discord your UID, and I will give you one free month in the exclusive Discord. I think it's going to help you guys out a lot. It's me and 2 other analysts, Atlantic Core and Crypto Bull Zone. They've been killing it lately too. A lot of really good trades. We're not right all the time, 100% of the time. We'd all be billionaires pretty quickly if we were, but it is a really good educational community. Obviously, nothing is ever financial advice, but I think it's going to help you guys out a lot, so check it out. Anyway, I mean, yeah, we'll see here. I mean, we're still almost a double top or something. We'll see what happens if we get stopped out in profit on the stream or what. I mean, I still overall, hit off of this area pretty nicely, but I'm still overall thinking, more of the bear camp for the longer term, next few months. 1 hour CVD and open interest. I forget even how to interpret that now. I haven't looked at Coinalyze in a while. But let's look at the NASDAQ, sure. I could look at that. I'll look at NVIDIA first. I mean, this is like one of those, if you've been in this game long enough, guys, what I've noticed is when everybody's talking about something, everybody's talking about, when it's front page news, everybody's talking about something. We saw it with Pepe. We saw it with Doge. We saw it with Shiba. We saw it with Bitcoin. We saw it with, eggs. We saw it with cattle. Well, not really cattle yet, but saw it with eggs. We saw it with oil. When everybody's talking about something, it's front page news, and it came up a lot. What normally happens? What normally happens here, guys? You come down. I mean, money flow coming down in that 2 week. I mean, I'm not saying you can't come up to 500 or whatever, but I'm thinking you're getting towards the top here. It could be forming somewhat of a head and shoulders. We'll see what happens. It could be a bull pennant even. You break out of that, you could come up to 500. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at right there. I mean, to FOMO into this, rejection from the $1 trillion market cap. Even if you do get up to 500, you're above the $1 trillion market cap for a week or two or whatever. That still don't mean, Bitcoin was above a $1 trillion market cap for a while. That still don't mean it's going to, just go up to infinity and beyond. So that's what we got to keep in mind. Let's look at the NASDAQ. So this is that big point, big fib level, that area. Did you get up to 15, 14.5? Thing here too is like these RSIs, keep an eye on this. I mean, they're showing you could come up a bit higher. Usually when they get real high here around this line, that's usually not when they're together like this, but when they're gapped, that's usually a good indication that you may start to come down here. Money flow is coming out on the 2 week there. And then this guy too, money flow starting to come down there. Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, my main guess with the debt ceiling thing is, I know the Senate's trying to do it. Once they pass it within the next couple days, they have to pass it by June 5th. Could be tomorrow they pass it or whatever. They'd probably want to do it by tomorrow. That could be a sell the news type thing, and we could look similar to what happened in 2011 after they came close to, defaulting on the debt or whatever. Yeah, that's what we got to look at there. So yeah, guys. Excuse me. So double top, money flow coming out right there. I would kind of guess he would come down. I mean, not to say we can't come up to 15 or whatever at this point. I'd be shocked if you were to come up even higher, make a double top. That would be nuts, man. Because imagine you bought this down here. Oof, man, 55%. That ain't half bad. For crypto, it's nothing, but, But yeah, let's take a look at, I'll look an opinion on Solana. We'll look at the XRP, then we'll look at Solana. So XRP, you're still in this kind of, look at this pattern here that in 2019, it's like this is just so insanely similar. And even here, I mean, you had these you had a little bit of red there and then you came up a little bit. Did you make a higher high here? Holy, yeah, you did freaking make a higher high. We haven't made a higher high yet, but this jump up doesn't surprise me. And I still think ultimately you should come down farther. Now, you do have a green dot on the 2-day. We'll see if that confirms. 2 week, excuse me. But you're getting that kind of double top here, money flow coming out there to maybe come up a little bit higher, form a bear div. Yeah, I don't know how much he's got left, man. Got a little bit. I don't know how much he's got left. The 2 week doesn't look half bad here, but Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I'm looking at potentially like 19. I don't think anything is going to happen with the lawsuit until we have more regulation. Probably end of year at the earliest, early next year. If it's early next year, that would make a lot of sense. XRP, probably when it does frickin' jump, guys, when it finally gets good news with the lawsuit or whatever, it does jump and it's getting relisted on exchanges. What's also probably going to happen? Other cryptos are probably going to start jumping, and things with smaller market caps are probably going to jump up a hell of a lot more than it, like AVAX, like Cosmos, like a lot of other things. So that's what I'm looking at potentially. Oh, I gotta move that over. Move the chat over or whatever. Let's see if we could recreate. Oh, man. Is it that? Display. Oh, I think it's... No. I don't know. Oh, what did I... Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I've heard it. When DCA alts, we were talking about that. One place that would probably make sense is around September this year when this comes into the red here. I think on the 2-week would be a good place for alts in general. And Bitcoin dominance is about 55% at least. Maybe we'll even get up to 60%. That's probably a good place. So in the next few months, we'll give it a couple months, in my opinion. Not financial advice, I don't know. What can XRP do in the next bull run? Oh, man. I mean, maybe all these XRP fans will get it right. If you do something like this, and then, you come up to... I mean, I'd say... people have talked about $5 or whatever. That's going to be a high-ass market cap. It's probably not coming to $5. You could probably toy with this all-time high. $4, $3, $4. Everyone would probably be saying $5, maybe not. I don't know, but that's my best guess. Let's take a look at Solana. So the thing with Solana here is you haven't done much in a while. You're oh god, guys, oh man. Look what I just found out. Look what I just discovered on Solana here. Look at this freaking... hold on a minute here. Hold on a second. Ooh, look at that place we were in. See, we just toyed around. Let me clone this again. Oh my god, look at that. We're like, look at that, like you were here for how many months? June to freaking November. That was 5 months. In this so far, we've been January to, oh my god. 5 months, guys, and then what happened? What happened here? You came down 67%. I'm not saying that's going to happen. Oh, that wouldn't even be, yeah, we're essentially at the same, yeah. Not saying that's going to happen, but, it is a reverse head and shoulders, kind of. This is a weird freaking, I don't know what's, but, yeah. Not saying it's going to happen, but, yeah. VWAP coming down to the daily, yeah, I think you're going to get down to this point again. I mean, you're in that wedge, and if you break out of there, tell target down here at 10. I think 10's a good goal. I think a lot of the altcoins will come down another 40, 50% into the end of the year. And I think that's the place where you get the hell in, not financial advice. But that's the place where I think is going to be, that's going to be potentials for life-changing wealth with some of these altcoins. At that point, and we do have, there's enough Bitcoin maxis coming in. There's enough fear with altcoins for it to be almost there. You know what I'm saying? There's enough fear. But I don't think, what catalyst could be to go down 40%? U.S. going into recession, sell-off, Fed raising rates, a lot of things. A hell of a lot of things. NASDAQ coming back down, traditional markets coming back down. Pretty much just basic thing. Unemployment rising. A lot of things, man. A lot of things. But once we get to those areas, that's the place, I think. I mean, I don't think buying right now, there's enough apathy in the market, and we're down enough. We're buying right now. If you're willing to wait a few years, you're probably going to be fine. But based on my technique, I'd rather stick to DCAing into Bitcoin right now. And then when more of the things I want to see happen, then we'll start buying alts. And I think once I get into buying alts when it's time, I think this channel is going to because we're gonna talk about it more in the Discord. We're gonna get into NFTs too. We're gonna be talking about all that stuff when the time is there. I may have and maybe even an NFT guy in the Discord too that will kind of add on some content from someone there too. North Korea firing a missile. So yeah, China messing with Taiwan. Oh man, I mean, if they did that right now and actually invaded it, that's World War III probably. If they wait 10 years until until America has no military anymore, then that's kind of until our military kind of weakens theoretically, then that's kind of I don't know how we'd react to that, but yeah, there could be some fears with those things, geopolitical things, absolutely. But I think even without geopolitical things, I mean, Russia too. Even without geopolitical things, unemployment rising, economy slowing, Nasdaq coming back down, you know, it's a lot of there, and interest rates rising even more. It's going to take time to feel the effects of all these rate hikes, and they're probably going to raise it 25 basis points this time. The goal is 2%. I mean, that you're going to need probably the S&P 500 to come down, from its all-time high, at least like 30-40% to really get there. Probably 40%, 40 to 50% really for a theoretical recession like we saw in the 1970s. But yeah. What was the one somebody wanted me to look at? Oh man, I wanted to look at the Jasmine one. That's a risky phrase. Is that AI or some crap? Yeah, that's a good chart. Look at that. Oh man, yeah, they released that. Not a good time to release a crypto there. Down 97. Yeah, 98. You're just staying alive here. Just barely got a heartbeat here. I don't know, man. I don't like the money flowing there. I think you're at least going to make a double bottom or something. Doesn't look too good to me. Let's see here. Render. Yeah, that's obviously been like the most topical, legitimate coin other than all these meme coins. And for good reason, it pumped up like crazy. I mean, you got the fib level up there. That's a golden pocket around 330. Where's the market cap on this? I don't even know. Money flow coming out there on the 3-day. Yeah, you might have just a little bit more with those gapped RSIs here in the 6 hour, just a little bit more. But obviously, this is time to take profits. The question, will it go sub 1? Yeah, I think it could follow a lot of the rest of the altcoin market. This could, it could absolutely go. I mean, anything could happen, but yeah, $1, that area, 40 to 50%, I think. I mean, we have big corrections in this. I mean, I think 50%. It's hard to say, but this area around $1 is going to be huge, especially if you hit that into, September into later this year. That's the time to probably get in my opinion. So yeah. Everybody fly. Yeah, Nightshade, what do you think about NVIDIA, bro? Like, I'm thinking, we've seen it so many times before. We see it, front page news, everybody's talking about it. It's probably going to go down. Maybe it could hit like 500 or something, but it's probably going to go down. I mean, it's usually the peak hype happens right here. Let's see. Yeah, let's look at the Dixie. Double bottom, weekly, 2-week green dot. I mean, yeah, you're coming back down a little bit since the market's back down, but I think you would kind of continue the general trajectory upward. I don't know where this is going to go, but I think you could get up to like in early next year, later this year, 115 or something, especially if you break out of this. You break out of this W pattern here. Let's just take a look. See, you break out of the W pattern. Tail target 110 about 109. After that, I mean, if you're breaking out higher, maybe double top there, 114. I think she's got some gas left. I mean, monthly coming up, you're about to get a green dot there. It doesn't happen too often. I mean, most of these, this will be above the zero line. That one jump up, yeah. You come up higher. But yeah, And then gold and silver, gold are kind of creeping back. I mean, this is a slow mover. Triple top pattern. I think it will come down a bit over the summer, but 3 strikes, you're out a lot of times. 3 strikes, you could break through. Triple top, triple top ain't as powerful as double top. We'll see though. Yeah, I view like if you compare gold and silver to like crypto or whatever, it's kind of like comparing radio to podcasts or internet. Like obviously, podcast internet is superior, but radio's still around, and radio still could do well. Still in the last 10 years. So yeah. What's up, Akul? Appreciate you, man. How are you, buddy? About to maybe get stopped out in profit on this trade. I gotta move over the. Move this guy over. But yeah. Thing two here, guys, is we dumping. Let's look at Bitcoin at the moment. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty fierce rejection from the neckline, kind of. So you may fulfill the head and shoulders. And I think once you lose the volume area low, I mean, you may got a little last jump off of the 200 weekly. But after that, bro, after that, man, my swing shorts, I got some swing shorts in. Yeah, you could see the long, bro. I'm still in the long. It's right here. It's locked in profits. I mean, look, I said in the Discord earlier, guys, I wasn't expecting too much. Hit the first take profit, like, take a couple $100 or something, For me, use good risk management. I have a course that teaches you guys all of this type of stuff. And yeah, I'm going to be adding a few more lessons to the course pretty soon too. Got to talk to my web developer. And guys, even if you don't want to, check out the free Discord too, because I started taking crypto payments and the discounts. If you want to do the yearly for crypto payments, 6-month and yearly are some pretty good discounts for crypto payments. Details in the announcements tab. Always trying to improve stuff. So yeah, guys. Let's see here. But yeah. What are you thinking, Akul? What are you thinking? Double bottom, 20K? I'm thinking it's either going to be like 20K kind of best case scenario off of the 300 weekly. I mean, never be too, never assume anything and you make an ass out of yourself. But, 20K, I think 20K is around the point where I think would be the time to start DCing into alts, around 20K Bitcoin. And that's almost 30% down from where we are right now. So, Bitcoin drops, let's say Bitcoin drops to 20K in sometime over the summer. And that's going to be a hell of a lot of apathy if it's back down to 20K. Even if it's just back down, yeah, right there, 23% down. That's going to be, alts are going to get decimated. That's the time to potentially get into ETH and alts. How come NASDAQ is pumping and Bitcoin is going sideways? The reason I think Boca Juniors is what Gareth Soloway was talking about. Gareth Soloway was talking about at the Bitcoin conference. And he said that a lot of times Bitcoin will top out before the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. And the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 could keep pumping for a couple weeks after, and Bitcoin will start lagging, and then the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ will follow and come down. That's why I think. And I think this is the last. I think the Fed's going to probably knock us down with the NASDAQ. I think the debt ceiling being passed is another going to be a sell the news type thing as well, most likely. History rhymes, doesn't repeat. Look at what happened in 2011. I don't know if the NASDAQ's crashing down 18%, or excuse me, the S&P 500 is crashing down 18%, in the next few days or next few weeks, but I think ultimately it will come down. I think we're going to get, because people are getting very apathetic with Bitcoin right now. People are getting apathetic. The YouTube channels are losing tons and tons of viewers. Not really me, because I'm me. We're more of a trading channel. We adapt to all environments. But I think you're going to see that peak apathy over the next few months, 6 months, and then into next year, you're going to see more of the next market really start. Into next year, the next market really start. Probably more mid to late next year. I think you're going to get more eyeballs in early next year. Astro, I've never heard of Astro. When we have a sale back, market server, provide a lifetime plan. I don't know. I got to ask CryptoFace about that. Boca Juniors. It's a funny name. Astro. Is it this? Yeah, I couldn't tell you, man. Not too much data on this guy. Too new. They're trying to release it around April 2022. Bad place, man. Bad place. But yeah. We were looking at render. I mean, I think he may be able to go up a little bit more. I think you're going to come down with everything else. I think you could have at least a 40 to 50% drop down with that in the next few months or something by the end of the year. Then that's the place to probably get in. You know, I don't know though. It's hard to really say. Route. I've never even heard of that crap. Is there like July 21? What the this is a weird ass freaking. This has done nothing, guys. What the I don't know. Wait, it's got to be some weird freaking. I have no idea, man. No clue. Let's look at Litecoin. Yeah, I mean, you're messing around with this area. You're making lower highs. Oh, Litecoin. Oh, no, it's the other one. Making like lower highs here. Gap to RSIs. I think this is eventually gonna, you know, play out and come down, but we'll see. I don't know if you're coming down 65%, but yeah, these areas 42 or something. You know, I think it's gonna be kind of for a lot of these alts 40 to 50%. Yeah, so if you come down around 50, maybe some wicks down here. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, guys, but I'm just telling you what I'm looking at here. I mean, if you were to DCL, I mean, based on this strategy, if you really like Litecoin, I personally don't. I mean, if you really like Litecoin, you would start DCAing in like right now, and then you'd stop around March of 24. And you'd probably be an average entry point, even if we do come down to 40 or whatever, an average entry point around, 60 or something. You know, if you're betting on a new all-time high, maybe you could get a 10x. Maybe if you get up to 600 or something, sure, could be possible. I'm personally waiting a little bit longer, but yeah, I'm probably not gonna buy Litecoin. I'm just not a big fan of Litecoin. 2-week coming down here in Atom, yeah. Atom, I think you're gonna get down to maybe a double bottom, if not a bit lower, into the end of the year. Atom has been more bearish. I do like Atom. I think, I think Atom's got a good shot. I don't know. Don't take it to the bank, but I think it's got a good shot of making it to potentially $100 or maybe somewhere close to that in the next bull run. That's an 18x. I think a good diversified portfolio of some altcoins in the top 50 to top 100 is going to 10 to 20x is a pretty good goal. Maybe even more, depending on when you want to scale out. Be careful. A lot of people get greedy. There's people that became multimillionaires and then lost it all in the last bull run. So, yeah. Look at Matic too. I mean, I think this is going to continue to kind of get killed against Bitcoin at least. I mean, that's a weird pattern, but yeah. That 2-day though, not too bueno. Thing here is we've been in this like channel for a good amount. This like reverse freaking. Just trying to like. This is how do you even parallel channel maybe? Yeah, you could do this, I guess. Yeah. And then if you were to frickin' drive from here to there, oh man, that's your double bottom kind of pattern, 30 something cents. Double bottom, 87% down. Most cryptos have go down more than 90 in the bear markets, and have still come back. So, be careful. This is one I would really be careful with right now. This would be, give it some time, let it cook for a little bit. I want to look at Chainlink. Because that guy is that's like this is just done nothing. I don't know how it's possible to be this freaking sideways. This is just nuts. But right there, that area is where I think you would break down to eventually. You're going to come down. You know, you're going to do something here. Yeah. How's the real estate market over there? What do you mean in Miami? Man, you know, I haven't looked at like Miami specifically in the last few weeks, but I think it is coming down a bit from what I've seen in terms of rent prices. I think it's, you know, gradually kind of coming down. What somebody told me the other day, cool though, is that less people want to buy stuff in Miami or move to Miami in the summer, so that could be why. I didn't think of that. As we come into the summer, you know, everybody's going up north. They go to their, you know, other vacation homes in Maine and New Hampshire and all that crap. But or you know, all that. But yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I think, you know, I think it will come down with everything else in the coming months. We'll look at real estate right after this. Yeah, I mean, my main trajectory here is going to be, you know, into the end of the year around that kind of area, and that's Chainlink. You gotta, if you could get in like average price, you know, $4 or something. I think Chainlink's got a shot at 100. You know, 24x. I think that's possible. I think that's absolutely possible here. You know, Chainlink, Cosmos are two on my, you know, two that people just haven't talked about too much, and I think they got a good shot. Let's look at real estate. Let's take a look. So, money view. RSIs in that monthly look god awful. Like in terms of that money flow too, it's so bad. Have I been to Bermuda? No, I have not been to Bermuda. I haven't even like had anyone talk to, even heard Bermuda mentioned in a while. I know it's a cool place though. I know people have been there, but no, I haven't been to Bermuda. It's like a popular cruise destination. I know that part. I haven't been to the Bahamas either. Yeah, that was 68% down. Look, I mean, in terms of this, I think it's a decent shot that you would get somewhere close to this pandemic wick down in sometime in the next 6 to 12 months. That's going to be like, I'd say probably to be safe, really like mid 2024, start looking at real estate. I think the no-brainer here for real estate is like wait till they start to pivot and lower interest rates. And then, I mean, regardless of if you're going to buy real estate in just full cash, like people always tell me, like, oh, I'm just buying in cash. The interest rates don't matter. Guys, theoretically, throughout history, it's always bottomed after they start pivoting. So it doesn't really matter at that point. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think real estate could take a long time to come back from 2022 highs. I think it could take a decade, if not 2 decades. In terms of buying power, I mean, if the dollar freaking goes to zero and everything just keeps pumping or whatever, then okay, yeah. But in terms of buying power, I think it's going to be a while before real estate's able to come back. Trade is just boring now. Nothing's good. Nothing's cooking. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, that could be it for now that's the kind of head and shoulders, bounce around here a bit, and then you come down 16 minute into the, coming back into the red there. So yeah, see something like that. We'll see. I'll let this cook. I mean, it's a Thursday. So yeah. I'm curious about, cattle was coming up a little bit, I believe. Oh, wow. Yeah, this guy's, oof, that pullback, and then, yeah. A 3-day, I was hoping, you know, you're just hoping for the sake of the US dollar, for the sake of the economy, that this finally comes down. But, yeah, I mean, it is a bearish div from all the way, confirmed bearish div just about. I mean, I don't know if that's making a, all right, maybe technically not, yeah, because that's coming down there. But if you look at, yeah, wow. I don't know, that could be the high for this. If they raise rates, I would think you're gonna start to come down here, but yeah. Gotta hope these come down. How about cane sugar? Yeah, just that double top from back there. I think, you know, maybe a little bit more on some of these. Cane sugar doesn't look as good as on that 2 week, or what was it, the... Yeah, it's like so overheated. We'll see what happens here. Rendermatic, Nasdaq Gold. How's this guy doing? Probably up a little bit. We'll see what happens with this. Maybe that could have been the bottom. It's been a weird kind of... I mean, that's down like 50, yeah. Look at this. I mean, you did come up, but then down farther. I mean, here, if it's like that, then you're pretty much golden. What's interesting, too, this was after they raised the debt ceiling in 11. You came down, and then... So if you did that, you'd come down to 28, and then that's it. Sure, let's look at H-bar. That's... Yeah, some of these haven't... Well, no, this is falling. Yeah. I mean, I think you're looking at a double bottom kind of best case scenario. I mean, you're already below what we were on January 16th. You're not below here, the 3 cent, but... Yeah. The weekly not looking too bad, though. You might get a little something there. I mean, if you get that weekly. It's not a bull div, though. Unless we crash quickly, then it may become one. But yeah, not a bull div. HBAR, I think, is on my list. So, you know, it could be one that... Yeah, it is on my list. Could be one that I'll put a little bit in. But yeah. Let's see here. PYR. Trigger wave. Yeah, I don't know. It's too new to really... Well, then again, yeah, it's from 20. I'm looking at high time frames, but yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, you could argue you're getting a reverse head and shoulders. You're going to move up. I mean, how much are you down, though, from when it came? 89, yeah. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. You got a weekly... I don't think that's a bullish div, but... Yeah. I don't know. This is a weird one. Let's take a look at Bitcoin again. So, yeah, if we zoom out here a little bit, and we see here, in terms of those VWAPs, that looks pretty good in terms of, yeah, I could see just the apathy because it's been a slow-moving market, but we're still at a lot of good trades in the Discord, guys. Check it out. Between me, Landicor, and CBZ, Crypto Bullzone, we've been doing fantastic. So, yeah, yeah, just that area, and then boom. I wanted to look at did the 2 week confirm the red? 3 days to confirm on the 2 week here. Is a 16-day? Getting it back. Not yet. It was printing it, I believe, at one point. I want to see in regulars. It is printing it in regulars. Okay. 8 days to confirm. Now, If we compare that to here, obviously, yeah, I mean, you saw what happened there. Other thing we got to keep in mind, guys, NASDAQ bottomed out right around the 18-day crossing into the red after the dot-com bubble. That could be where you may see a double bottom or something. Let's just try to estimate when that could. August, double bottom, August, September. That could be around where we want to get in. But yeah. But yeah, we're just in that place, that apathetic kind of place. And in the more short term here, come on. Yeah, I mean, this could be, I mean, you're looking at this kind of wedge, that area you break down. I think it's only a matter of time before you lose that 200 and come down to like 24 or something. It could be pretty soon. And I think traditional markets are going to get hit too. Daily, yeah, that trigger too in the daily. The daily and 2-day look god awful here. I want to look at the, did we look at the SPY yet today? I don't believe we have. Yeah, I mean, this area, making a lower high potentially. Gap to our size there, yeah, we did it. This is a big point now here. That's acting as support rather than resistance. What are we down from our all-time high? 12%, yeah. Yeah, thanks, Tony Mart. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Yeah, you've been there for about a month now. Yeah, we provide a lot of stuff there. I wouldn't be shilling it, believe me, guys. I wouldn't be shilling it if it wasn't worth it. I mean, we do have a good community in the free one too, and so join that too. There's a link down below for that, guys. If you want a free month in the premium Discord, if you sign up to either FAIRDESK or MEXC and deposit at least $200 with my link, I'll give you one free month in the Discord. Just shoot me a DM on Discord with your UID or tag me in the Discord. Now we'll get you sorted. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe just a little bit more down, and I think this will kind of come back up a bit. We'll see, though. But yeah, crypto's starting to lag behind traditional markets. I mean, if you look right here, guys, this was a 24% on Bitcoin dominance. And if you look at the, yeah, I mean, 2-week and the weekly would tell you the same thing here in terms of where money flow was right there, and then you jumped to 24. Also, this looks a little bearish with the gap to our size in the 2-week. I don't think you're going into an altcoin season or whatever. I think that's going to just come up higher, though. Weekly as well. Bam. You could get up to 60. I don't know. I would start TCing into alts probably mid-50s, in my opinion. Or when Bitcoin gets like down to 20K. I think that's kind of going to be the place. But it's to be seen. More info on that when the time comes. So, I mean, yeah, just thinking about this. Is Midi doing anything lately? Yeah, jumping back up a little bit. I mean, you could definitely be forming a bit of a head and shoulders here. 400, 420 top. Oh, that's hilarious. That's like Bitcoin at 69 top. It's really, yeah, 418, but almost 420. Almost 420, probably on some exchanges. Oh man, that's hilarious. Let's just see where, the neckline's right about there. If you were to, that's back to 345, so that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, you almost got stopped out a few times in profit there, so we'll see if this guy lasts. Yeah. So AVAX, did we look at AVAX? Yeah, AVAX is interesting. I mean, you're saying you're in that place. I mean, it's kind of the reverse head and shoulders here. I mean, you know, if you're somebody who thinks we bottomed out, then yeah, I mean, you form that reverse head and shoulders. You know, maybe you stay sideways for the next couple of months, then you break upward or whatever. But yeah, I still think alts will bleed. Alts will bleed. Thing two is what we want to look at is like something like Cardano Bitcoin. You know, when would have been the best time to get into Cardano Bitcoin? Right around here, this area. You know, we're not. Let's look at this on the weekly. I don't think. Yeah, I think we're gonna just get that last kind of. You know, something like that. Something like that. I think. And over the next few months, then that's the time to get into Cardano. Why do I think Coinbase is not listed VeChain or A? VeChain probably because it's out of Shanghai or whatever. AGIX, I don't know. I don't know too much about AGIX. Could get two more yellow X's here. Probably look something more like that. How's Cardano looking? Yeah, 2-week red dot. 3 days to confirm. It is June 1st today, so almost halfway through this year. That's coming down, then yeah. See what happens here. I mean, if you break upward, it's this area. Let's look at a couple of the headlines. Oh, I forgot about Target. Oh yeah, because of that boycott or whatever. Let's look at Target. First of all, $60 billion market cap, yeah. Oh man, well, I've looked at this and was bearish on this. Yeah, I've read. Oh man, yeah, I think you could come down farther. I mean, usually when it's front page news, how much it comes down, you get a little bit of a jump, but the whole thing comes down. I can't imagine this is the like lone thing that stays high. You come down to $80 or whatever. I mean, 70% down wouldn't surprise me too much. Crow, oh man, Crow has like been one of the like worrisome ones in my opinion, because I mean, you're not even freaking. I mean, if this goes to zero, freaking Crypto.com is probably going out of business. I don't see really Crypto.com going out of business because it's, you know, it's Crypto.com. But, oh man, these exchange tokens have just not been, you know, not been the most fun. But 93. I mean, maybe a double bottom. You got to pray for a double bottom if you're a fan of this, or just a triple bottom at this point. See what happens here, but you know, I don't think you're looking too hot overall. But I know what you're looking at. I mean, you're saying, you know, you're hitting that triple bottom. You know, where else could it go? And I get what, yeah, if you're willing to hold it for a few years, yeah, you probably, if you're betting on Crypto.com to win, it'll probably come up. But that's the thing too. Like these exchange tokens, they don't really have much utility. You know, I'm curious about how is this? Is it at zero? Yeah, 20 cents or whatever. Everybody probably delisted it, right? Yeah. Jeez, I remember, yeah, just straight down from, yeah. Remember that. How about like KuCoin token? Because that was significant. That's actually held up pretty nice. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. Down 74. Yeah, coming into the red there, I would imagine this would. What was that if we were to? I'm just thinking if we were to, yeah, 95, 94. I don't know if it's going to go that low, but if it follows the trajectory of every other exchange, you know. There's even Swissborg. There's a lot of freaking. That's not. Yeah, CHSB. Is Swissborg even still around? Like, did that go obsolete? Oof, yeah, it's not too hot, but yeah. Does anyone know Swissborg is still around? I know it wasn't available to Americans, but what other every exchange had a damn token except Coinbase, really. Oh, what did? Okay, so it's at $1. That's interesting because let's see. August, yeah, 90, yeah, that's never coming back. Down 98. Actually, from the all-time high, I was just curious. Yeah, 99, that's probably not, it's never coming back. Well, it's obviously, for obvious reasons, it's never coming back, but from a technical standpoint, it's probably never coming back as well. It did have some jumps, I mean, yeah. This number went down, then, yeah, 200, yeah. What about this guy? Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, 3 cents. Started $1. Now we're here, 3 cents. What was? Let's see. There was. I'm trying to think of other exchange. Oh yeah, the biggest exchange token. How could you forget this guy? Hey, you're still in that wedge. I think you're eventually gonna, yeah. You break out of that wedge. It's been boring. The thing too is up here it was pretty boring as well, and then it broke down. You were in that same kind of wedge there. Take a look. Take a look at this, guys. See something here. Yeah, there. I mean, you're still, yeah, that's a technical target down at 92. I don't know if you're going that low, but yeah. CZ's always got stuff up his sleeves, though, but still, I mean. Blood diamond on the 3, yeah. AVAX or Solana? Probably AVAX, man. AVAX has more room to grow. It's a lower market cap, I would say, in my humble opinion. Are coming back up a little bit. Sandbox is pumping. This is what's interesting too. So it's not a bullish div here, but it does look not bad on the weekly to potentially come up higher. So yeah, I mean, it's coming up. That doesn't look half bad either. And what did this come down from? It's 93 and 95%. This looks pretty, yeah, this looks better than most other cryptos. I mean, we'll see what could happen with this. I don't know. QNT. Yeah, QNT I've been reading about a little bit more lately. Let's Let's take a look here. Yeah, this is one of those ones that came out around, yeah, September 21. Or is there more data? I'd like to look at some more data on this. No. Okay. That is a weird I mean, reverse head and shoulders kind of. Yeah, I think there's an argument to be made for this or something, you know. I don't know. It kind of looks weird to me. It's hard to, you know, it's popping around here. This looks very weird to me. Hard to really say here, guys. I don't know. I mean, you got that's not a bullish div though, so I have a hunch that you come back down to 55 or something. They priced this high for no reason, really. There are some decent fundamentals behind it. We'll see though. What was that other one everybody liked? KDA. Yeah. Or try to find. It was on Binance. KuCoin. Yeah, KuCoin definitely. Yeah, they'll list anything. Yeah, I remember people were telling me to get into this right at the exact top. Down 97. Curious if this will be able to come back. You may get a bullish dip from back there, but yeah. Kind of doesn't look like it'll. This might go to 0. We'll see though. There used to be an NFT index. Is that still around? No. Yeah, I don't know. Used to be an NFT index, though. I know that. Probably not around anymore. Let's see here. Yeah, this guy looks bad in the 2-week. Good in the monthly, though. Weird. Yeah, I mean, 23 and yeah, bad. Again, a little reverse head and shoulders. Looks pretty good. He may come back up to 24, 25 here. Don't mind if I do. Who's that other, yeah, real estate ETF? Somebody was telling me about that. Oh yeah, somebody told me to get into this right at the bottom here. That was pretty good. It didn't go, yeah, 138, man. Probably all the way back down, at least to here or something, $10 or whatever. It's a different technique that Paul Barron kind of uses a little bit. He's more like just all fundamentals mainly. It's more of a VC approach kind of. It's a little bit different of a technique than what I do, but I think I'll be agreeing with him a lot more in a couple months when, you know, things finally pump up a bit more. I mean, I'm more of a chart guy, so yeah. But it's good to have a differing opinion. Definitely good to have a differing opinion. Look, I mean, nobody's going to be right all the time. I mean, the thing there is like, you know, I mean, we'd all be multi-billionaire. We'd be like Richard Hart showing you the $100,000 watch right there. You know, got a $100,000 watch, but I'm also 50 pounds overweight, and all I do is talk about how I'm a genius and you're retarded. But yeah, I mean, we're all going to be right and wrong. I mean, we do good. I mean, I'm more of a, you know, I'm a long term kind of like I do techniques that work very well long term, like kind of how I got in very big in 2020, mid to late 2020. Wish I bought obviously earlier, but mid to late 2020 made a ton of money off of mainly ETH, Cardano, and Matic. Those were my three biggest ones. I made a small fortune off of that, and fortunately got out. A lot of took a lot of profits in May of 21 or April, wherever around the top or right when I did take a lot of Matic out right before we freaking crashed, but Matic did come back. But yeah, and then that was a good technique there in that bull run. I mean, that was a parabolic freaking deal right there, and yeah, I mean, did very well there. And then that's kind of what I'm preparing for here, and I think ultimately the time to get into alts, it's going to be in a few months. I think Bitcoin dominance is going to go higher. I think I'm looking for that 20K Bitcoin, and where there's just too many people talking about how Bitcoin, it's never going under 20K again, it's never going over this again. Look, guys, we've been there, we've done that. We've been there and done that so many times. I heard people saying it would never go under 50K again, never go under 52K again. We've been there, we've done that so many times. So, that's all I'll say on that. Could be wrong, anything could happen, but I'm just going by my technique, DCAing into Bitcoin. Right now, I'm going to start converting Bitcoin over to alts and ETH, and DCAing into alts and ETH in a few months, hopefully. So I think we'll almost be there, but yeah. But Paul's a really great guy. I really like Paul. And yeah, I think you shouldn't just listen to one guy's opinion. You should listen to multiple people. Some wildfires in Nova Scotia, Canada right now. Appreciate you, Oscar. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I mean, now I kind of got, I got my studio, I got all this stuff, so I'm able to really provide you guys a lot of good content right now. I mean, definitely a lot better than probably some of my worst calls was when I was, backpacking around Mexico or whatever. So, yeah. What do you guys think about the VR set? I mean, it could be a flub, where it kind of comes down. If it's $3,000, who the hell's going to pay $3,000 for that when the meta costs $500? Like, that's not, I don't know what that's going to be. They're probably have to lower the price. What is that Ultra watch like? Not necessarily. What does this do that's so good? Twice water resistance. Okay, so that means, well, the good one, the normal one has really good water resistance. Like, what are you doing, deep sea diving or something? Maybe then. I think that's what it was, actually. 60 hours of battery. Oh, that's mainly the thing, too. We're now right. Yeah. What was the main? The link to their... It's big, but yeah. Yeah, Team Salty, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, could be wrong. Maybe Bitcoin dominance will just fall off a cliff. We'll have an altcoin season. Pepe's coming all the way back. I don't think that's going to happen, but who the hell knows? The Fed's going to raise rates. I think it'll bring us down. Senate votes to, let's see this. What's revealed by the soon? I won't forget. When will veto. So... The thing is, the Senate's Democrat. How could the Democratic Senate is voting to... That's interesting. Facebook did, yeah. Facebook did announce... I don't know the history on that Red Monster. Like, I don't know. Does it always, whenever like a new VR gets announced, that's always gonna pump like the the meta tokens? Like, I mean, what is Decentraland? Is that Mana, I think. Is it Mana? Yeah, yeah. I mean, does that always pump them? What's up, Carla D? Yeah, the main case would be, the thing too is like, I guess, yeah, from here it would be a bull div, but from here, no. Yeah, I mean, I guess that, you could argue Snake Eyes, that's the bottom. Maybe it will pump with it. But with the Apple one, the Facebook one's not going to come out until later this year. I don't know if it necessarily will pump this. I don't know. It could, though. It's 94, yeah. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to probably wrap it up for the day. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys. Let's see how the trade is doing. Okay, so we're still up a little bit. Still up un poquito. We saw nothing happen during this stream at all. Now you're kind of, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we could break upward to this area. If you break downward, it's going to be, if you break downward, I mean, you had 2 tries here with your 200 weekly. 3 strikes, you might be out, and you're coming back down. So we'll see, guys. A little low volatility. This point, I think you're inevitably going to get to the 24, mid-24s, probably by the end of the month, in a few weeks, potentially. I think this is going to be, I want to look at is the monthly red on Bitcoin? Okay, so on Heiken's not yet, but these two have been, yeah. And then if you compare it to 2019, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down to your double bottom potentially. We'll see though. Anyway, guys, check out the free Discord, link down below. Info on there if you want to pay in crypto for the premium channels now. Discount for the yearly and 6 month if you want to pay in crypto. Bigger discount than doing the yearly on Patreon. There's the yearly option on Patreon too now. I just activated, so that's cool. It's like 16% off. The one in the Discord is 20% off, and through if you pay in crypto, Tether, or Bitcoin. Really good community. You know, I signaled this trade earlier today. Signaled another trade that did well yesterday. So check that out. And let's see. Yeah, I do have, if you guys are new, I do have a trading course that a lot of people have really liked, so check that out as well. Link down below with the discount code. Going to be adding like 2 new lessons to that pretty soon. I want to talk about the volume and a little bit of traditional TA stuff there. So yeah. And that's pretty much it, I think. If you want a free month in Discord, sign up to FAIRDESK or MEXC with my link and deposit at least $200. And then shoot me a DM on Discord with your UID, and then I will get you sorted. 1 free month for you guys. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the live stream. And yeah, guys, I mean, I hope you enjoyed the live stream. That's all I got right now. Probably do a short, 1 or 2 like other shorts. There's a new guy I've been talking to who's gonna do some shorts for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. I'm just trying to like remember everything. But yeah, Discord, links down below. Yeah, meta price is going. Let's look at, oh man, I'm not looking at all the, oh, okay. Yeah, that's not a bad list, Carla. I don't know. I don't have, yeah, I know most of those. Voodoo, anything with a weird name like that always goes to 0. It seems like, I don't know though. We'll look at meta. That's the last thing we'll look at, and then I'm gonna get off. Is it pumping because they, yeah, that could be, yeah. Man. I mean, you did have kind of or maybe you're even forming that reverse central. This is nuts, man. This thing's coming back into the green right there. Wow. I guess we don't have consolidation phases. We just have V-shaped recoveries nowadays. This has never had, I mean, aside from like here a little bit, this has never had an actual consolidation phase where you've been sideways for a bit. It's just always freaking, I mean, maybe 18 a little bit. It's just always been like V-shaped recovery. I mean, I think NVIDIA, I think that's going to start to come down. That'll bring these down. But yeah, I mean, it looks like you could come up even higher here potentially. Gap to RSIs though, but other than that, I mean, you may have a little bit more here. It's very overheated though on the 2-day and the daily. Very overheated. But yeah. With divergence. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get off. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, check out the other videos.